Hey, what's up all you action figure lovers out there? Master Marvel's back at it once again, bringing you another action figure review. Tonight we're going to be taking a look at the Marvel Legends, well, Spider-Man's Classics Spider-Hulk from like 2006. Before I get into this video is not meant for kids, it's for adult collectors only. So, that's over with. Let's get into the figure here. So, yeah, I mean, this goes back a ways, and I know this is like, to me, one of those grail figures that any real collector, any elite collector would definitely want this in their collection, especially if they've been collecting Marvel Legends. It's the only real spin that we have on the Spider-Hulk. So, you know. And not only that, but it's a really good figure. Even by today's standards, this is still a really good figure. In some ways, even, you know, outdoes today's standards. I mean, especially within like the finger articulation, which I think is maybe the highlight of this figure. Now, the one thing about it is, yeah, it wasn't a Marvel Legend, technically, because it was in the Spider-Man Classics wave. But those were basically Marvel Legends. They at least coexisted in the timeline. But yeah, the Spider-Man line often had these gimmicks that were worked into the figure, and this works, but it's obsolete. It doesn't have to work. I mean, the figure still articulates. I mean, if you move one arm, they'll both move, but you can hold that arm steady and move the other one. It doesn't really stop it. You get a loud click in there, but so you don't lose the shoulder articulation at all with that gimmick. It just looks hideous back there, you know, which could have been otherwise a great sculpt, you know, with the spider emblem back there. But yeah, I actually just got this in the mail today. I did a trade on Facebook to get this, and it's really awesome because it was bound and determined to end up in my collection eventually. And I've looked for him online. I've seen him much higher than what he is nowadays for some reason. It looks like he's gone down. But I think it was a fair trade. A pretty good. I got a good deal. Because I finally get to add this dude to my collection. He's pretty massive. Now granted, he's a little shorter than most of the Toybiz versions of Hulk, but still very chunky, very thick. And again, with Toybiz, I mean, it's a great sculpt, great paint apps and stuff on here to really bring out all the details in it. And just overall, the articulation as well. I mean, this is almost ahead of its time for back in the day, I guess. I mean, not really, because it was all happening back then. But there's just something about this figure that still to me holds up today. And I mean, granted, there hasn't been another one made since this, but I finally get to add this dude to my Spider-Verse shelf, and that's going to be really awesome. It's going to be hard squeezing this dude in. I don't know. I mean, I feel like Hasbro does give us figures kind of like this nowadays. You know, we're getting better build figures and, you know, heavy, thick guys like this, but maybe not necessarily with as extravagant paint details. But I don't know. I don't see Hasbro doing this figure again. I don't really see it. It would be, I mean, it could shock me, surprise me if they did, but this might be the only time we ever have our Spider-Hulk. So, yeah, get this guy if you can. If you can get it for a decent price, pick him up. Because I really think this is definitely one of our grails right here. So super excited to have it. He's got good joints on him still after all this time. Not a lot of scuffage, not a lot of wear, so it looks like he's been taken care of and just displayed. I know he came with some accessories. It was just basically a beam that came in, you know, broken half or whatever, which I could give a fuck less about it. But yeah, I mean, the articulation on it for being such a big figure is actually pretty cool because you can get him into some somewhat Spider-Man type poses. You can do the web slinging action with him. I mean, I think the one thing that bothers me the most about it is the wrist cuts on it, because they're cut into the sculpt. So when you turn them, it's very noticeable that you're breaking up the sculpt. But that's something that today's standards they would have done something differently there, you know, which is no big deal. Back then, it's whatever. And he could have used a boot cut right here, I think, to give him better articulation. But other than that, I have no complaints about this figure at all. It's amazing. Super stoked to have it. And it's just going to be some work now trying to get him on my shelf, because just trying to figure out how to make room for him is going to be one thing. It does stand kind of wonky, but that's those ball joints right there. Those hip ball joints there were a little tricky. But yeah. So yeah, that's Spider-Hulk, man. I love this guy. So, Toybiz 2006. Find him if you can. Yeah. I don't know. You guys let me know what you think of the figure. Let me know what you think of this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and share. And as always, it's your boy MasterMarvel80 here. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And I will catch you guys later. Peace.